Now entering Nerdist.com.
Hello there.
Hello there.
How are you guys doing?
Hi, guys.
If you've clicked play on this podcast, you just made the best choice of your day.
You just won $0.
A brand new $0.
You get $0 and you get $0.
Oh, man, I thought we were going to give away a car.
No.
Well, today's podcast is brought to you by the fine folks at Fiat. Fiat, it's not a Mini Cooper.
Hey, thank you, Fiat, for not giving us any free cars.
Yeah. Fiat, I'd like to issue a Fiat that insists that you give us Fiats.
Hey, Fiat, if you want to give us free cars, that would be awesome. Skittles gives us Skittles.
Yeah, excuse me, Skittles. I'm pretty hungry. You sent Razzlemore. What's the deal? I'm feeling like
I'll tell you what the deal
feeling
is.
like I'd like to taste the rainbow, but this rainbow doesn't want to taste me back. It's a little disheartening.
I'll tell you what the deal was, is they sent us a letter saying, tweet us when you're done, and I tweeted them.
I tweeted as well.
I don't know.
The tweet has been twoodled.
Listen. Hey, Fiat, the bottom line is, give me and Dan and Aristotle free cars. At least lease us free electric cars. Lease us electric cars for free. Everybody tweet at Fiat, whatever their Twitter is, to give me, Aristotle, and Dan leased electric cars.
And while you're at it, let's start a change.org petition. Let's bring back the PT Cruiser. It's been too long.
Don't do that.
Let's bring it back.
Nobody waste your collective efforts
People,
on that.
You sign an online petition every day.
Guys, don't listen to Dan. We love you guys, and Aristotle and I want you to use your collective efforts for good, not
and bring
evil.
back the PT Cruiser.
Nope, we want electric cars.
It makes Fiat look like a Mini Cooper.
Nope. Fiat, lease us electric cars for free. Thanks, Fiat.
Lease us your old cruisers.
Hey, everybody, restart this podcast and take a drink every time we say the word Fiat.
Hey, everybody. Today's podcast is brought to you by PT Cruiser. PT Cruiser, we're coming back.
God damn it, PT Cruiser. What have you done with Dan?
If you're not cruising, you're losing.
Guys, I'm very concerned for Dan's well-being. I feel like he's been assimilated by a PT Cruiser.
The PT Cruiser Borg.
Guys, we have a great show for you today. This is episode number 79.
Yeah, 79 eps.
Really fun. As usual, we love you guys for sticking around.
Yeah.
Our guest is really cool.
Yeah.
Really funny dude. Really good friend
from
of mine.
a film like Vampire Academy. He's got a couple other awesome films coming out. Yeah, very, very cool guy.
Yeah.
Very
cool.
Excellent elocution. I kept finding myself very impressed.
Yes, his dialect and his verbiage is very enamoring. He's very talented, very smart dude, great actor, very funny, very nice friend.
Yes, he was not a dick.
He was.
Yeah, he's gonna be in a couple other films coming out, Takedown and The Other, but he'll talk to you more about those.
Yeah.
So let's turn
Also, everybody
the
go
key
if
on
you
this.
haven't yet, go see The Kingsman because it was awesome.
Kingsman: The Secret Service. It's really good.
It's really good. Go see it.
Quick thing. I did not get to bring this up on the podcast, but I went to go see a screening of MacGruber last night at Cinefamily.
That movie's so good.
And Will Forte was there. He did a little Q&A afterwards, and he revealed that he owns 3 things from the movie.
Yeah.
MacGruber's costume.
Yep, the radio.
The creepy sketch pad with the license plate written over and over again.
What is it? KFBR 318 or something like that?
It's like, something like that. KFBR 592, I think. And the Miata.
No way.
He owns the Miata.
I love it.
That shitty little car.
Hossbender, dead at the age of who the fuck cares. MacGruber is so funny. If you haven't seen MacGruber, watch it.
It's vastly underrated.
It's
and,
so funny.
It makes me laugh every time. It's one of those movies like Wet Hot American Summer where I just watch it every time and find something new.
MacGruber is so funny. Watch
MacGruber.
Watch MacGruber. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Then listen to this podcast.
Well, listen to this podcast first.
Then watch
Yeah.
MacGruber.
So let's turn the key on the ignition of this podcast cruiser, shall we?
Yeah.
This pod T cruiser.
This Fiat.
Yeah.
Fiat. Thank you, Fiat.
Yes.
I'm just going to preemptively thank Fiat because eventually they're going to give me one.
Well, we don't have a car for you, but here's a Hot Wheels toy. Anyway, let's get to it, shall
I like
we?
it.
Without further ado, today we learn number 79 with Dominic Sherwood.
Today we learn. Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Hello and welcome to Today We Learned. My name is Dan.
My name is Razzle.
And we're back. We're back, everyone. Just when you thought we were gone, we've returned.
We're back. I'm back. I was gone last week, last Monday, but I'm back.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
It's like people, I'm going to quote Keanu Reeves and John Wick because that movie was awesome.
Yeah.
People keep asking if I'm back.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm back.
I'm thinking I'm back.
It's a pretty good impression. That's pretty dead on. Shut my eyes for a second and I thought Reeves was in the room.
My God. Is he
great.
actually here?
He's here right now.
Whoa. I've never done a podcast before.
Wild stallions.
Ladies and gentlemen, that third voice you hear is a very, very talented friend of mine. You can see him all over the place. You can see him in movies. You can see him in the, I believe, number 3 music video right now, right? Or
I think so,
like
yeah.
That.
I think, it's doing pretty good.
You can see him all about town. You can see him on everything you want to see him on, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Dominic Sherwood.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
Pretty good.
Everybody, like, all of a sudden...
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, there's people here.
This room is filled with...
There are a lot of
dozens.
faces, though, and like all of the artwork's
Yeah.
catered, so like everyone's looking me in the eyes, so I figured like I should be more accommodated, but actually in hindsight, these are all just pictures and drawings of people.
We
so.
have a ton of
Still
people in the
shots.
studio, but I
Yeah.
insist they remain silent. There's a full children's choir here.
That'd be funny
Yeah.
to actually do, is to have a pre-recorded, like, response. To where when the guest, like, to where Aristotle can play it, to where, like, unbeknownst to the guest, like, when the guest is like, hey, how's everybody doing? There's actually, like, we're doing fine.
Good,
Cheering and
pretty good.
clapping and
I'm all right.
We'll pre-record that next time. Just go around the street and ask people to say things into a mic.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
Dominic, we like to start off with the guest plug in whatever they got, and then providing a fun fact about themselves or something they learned recently. So, what do you...
Cool.
Yeah, anything you want?
So,
The floor is yours right now.
quick plug. I don't like doing this sort of stuff, but did a movie in the summer called Takedown with the wonderful Ed Westwick and the beautiful Phoebe Tonkin, and a great ensemble cast that we put together, which was a lot of fun, kind of an action thriller, which should be out later on this year. And then I just finished a movie with the great Carrie Elways, the Princess Bride himself.
Yeah.
And Dre DeMatteo and Jill Hennessy and Alex Rocco and another amazing cast, which is psychological horror, which is hopefully going to be out kind of October time. Fingers
awesome.
crossed. Hopefully will be kind of the Halloween movie of this year. That's what we're hoping for. So that's my quick plug. And then my fun fact, because nobody can see, so they don't know, like, you're going to have to Google a photo of me to figure out where, you know where it's coming.
I know what
You're
this
going
is.
to have to Google a photo of me to figure out whether or not this is true. My eyes don't match. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
The rest you have to figure out. Everyone will have to go and do some Google magic.
Or I can just tell you, because I have this pulled up, actually. I have this as one of the facts, because I had no clue what this was or what the name of this was.
Have you got the name? Because I know what it is. So if
Yes.
you've got it wrong now, it's going to be a big thing.
I'm gonna feel
Choose
like
wisely.
bollocks.
Yeah, like bollocks.
I'm gonna feel like bollocks. Oh, last night we were me and Isaac, our friend Isaac, we were having him. It was you or Suki? It was you, right? We were
was me, yeah.
We were doing we were just having him say things and just being dumb. We were being stupid.
Yeah.
Isaac was doing a very good. He was doing.
I think
good.
Isaac thinks his British accent is a lot better than his British accent actually
I'm
is.
better than I can do.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'd be fine as long as there weren't an authentic Brit around to...
Well, what's interesting is, like, I've done shows and movies where I'm in my natural accent. I've had Americans go, his accent's terrible. And I'm like, no, that's how I talk.
Yeah.
Like, that's how people from England actually talk.
Trust me,
Like,
this is authentic.
this
It
is as
doesn't get
real
any
as
realer.
it gets. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I have here is heterochromia.
Heterochromia. That's right.
Heterochromia.
Yeah.
Heterochromia.
Just get a lot of the syllables in, and then it's kind of
Leviosa.
I've been listening.
Leviosa.
Jay Moore, the comedian Jay Moore, he's got a podcast called More Stories, and I've been listening to that a lot lately. And every now and then, he'll have his guests. He'll go, "Let's do more stories, fancy."
Let's do them fancy.
And then they all of a sudden they just inherit
Old-timey English.
English, like fancy heterochromia.
Heterochromia. Like
and-
we're all drinking tea with our pinkies out.
I
That's
say.
what everyone. I say.
Bullet
I
say.
agree. I say.
Heterochromia is Well, you have two different colored eyes. One is blue, and the other half is half brown, half blue. Correct?
Yes.
According to the Wikipedia page.
According to Wikipedia, yeah. That is
where you cannot lie.
I'm also here, though.
Yeah.
I brought my eyes with me so we could confirm all of this. That's actually what's going on.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I've never been able to look at it how you would look.
Yeah.
How do you look at your own eyes? You know what I mean? It can't be done. Except on a mirror, it can be done.
Yeah.
It can be done. There we
It can
go.
be done.
Science.
We've
learned
found
something
a way.
Yes. Reflective services. But it also, like, you could have heterochromia in, like, your skin and other sorts of pigment. It's like a difference in pigmentation.
Yeah.
Also, other actors that have or suffer from
our
it's such a suffering.
We need to raise awareness.
terrible condition. Yeah, we should do an ice bucket challenge. That's what we should do.
March, I hereby declare March.
I declare.
Dan Aykroyd.
I didn't know Dan Aykroyd had it.
Yeah,
Interesting.
He also believes in aliens and all sorts of stuff, so he was probably given it from the aliens gave him that.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
I didn't know that either.
Yep.
Oh,
And then
interesting.
from your neck of the woods, Simon Pegg.
I knew about Simon. Yeah,
And
I knew
Benedict
Simon had it.
Cumberbatch.
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 I didn't know about Benedict. I know John Rhys Meyers has it a little bit, and Henry Cavill has it a little bit.
Yes, yep, I've seen that on here too.
And then the kind of like Kate Bosworth obviously has it, and Mila Kunis has it as well.
Yes,
It's interesting that so many like actors and entertainers have that. I think it's also because it just makes you immediately more striking.
But I mean, also these people are in the public eye all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a bunch of people on the street who have it who just
Who
aren't
cares
in-
about those
they're
street folks?
regular people. My goodness, no,
Normies.
Bunch of muggles.
bunch of muggles. Yeah, because. But like, this is a secret. Don't tell anyone. But all celebrities are wizards. That's where the whole Harry Potter thing came from.
Knew it. My fan fiction was true.
Yeah, the second you get a tick on Twitter, you're actually a wizard.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
You're a wizard, Dominic.
An owl bursts in your house and drops off a giant blue check mark.
Yeah, I have it up on my wall. That's how it works. Yeah.
I'd be goddamn terrified if an owl broke into my house. Flew through the window.
Like 3 years ago, my house above our stove, we have like the chimney, like an exhaust to the chimney. I live in an old house, and a squirrel got in.
Uh-oh.
Love squirrels.
Freaked me out. I was the only one home, and I got these dry erase boards that I use for like writing and stuff like that, and the squirrel ended up going into my living room. So then I made walls with things to prevent it from getting out into the other house.
Hilarious.
And I have other doors that lead to hallways where the bedrooms are and stuff. So I shut all of those because I don't want it just disappearing.
You don't want it just, you're going to come back and put up new curtains. Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
That's what they do as the only feng shui squirrel in the entire world broke into your house and rearranged your furniture. Like, God damn it! I just
It looks better, but it's the principle of it.
The principle, like, it looks great, but I didn't want a lava lamp, and now I have a lava lamp, so I didn't what's going on there.
It's a very old squirrel from the 70s.
Yeah.
A very hip.
Why is everything blacklight now?
A very hip squirrel.
I don't know why that reminded me of in summer of 2007, I was in Chicago going to a music festival.
Horde Festival, Lollapalooza?
No, Pitchfork, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been to Lollapalooza once, but that summer was Pitchfork. And I was staying at a youth hostel, and I was like, okay, fine, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Staying, and it was okay. I walk in and try to ask for a towel because it had been a long drive. I wanted to take a shower, like you do. And the person says to me, "Oh, I'm sorry. We can't give you a towel. There's a possum living in the cabinet."
That's the best thing.
There was a live possum living in their towel cabinet.
They were all just too scared.
Yeah, they're like, "I think it looks mean. I don't want.
Yeah.
We can't call animal control. That'll probably be an issue."
Possums are mean. Like that's that would probably we'd lose our towel license. Like no, we can't.
We are very clearly operating outside the law right now.
Yeah. While we're on possums, that's I have a possum anecdote.
Yes,
is what I have.
yes.
So we're in this movie we just did. We have. I think I can say, it's not going to give anything away about the movie. I'm going to tell this story. I don't care. Because it's, I think once you've heard the story, you'll realize this scene probably won't be in the film. So we have this
Very
scene.
anti-possum movie.
We have this scene where I'm supposed to kind of race out of my house, and this is in the horror movie. I'm supposed to race out of my house in my underwear, following this like noise, whatever it is, like an entity, whatever it is, and I'm searching through the bushes, and this possum's supposed to kind of jump out and freak me out. So we were filming this, and we had a live possum on set, which I was very excited for because I've seen them in the wild, and they're mean. They're mean-looking
they're
creatures,
huge.
like they hiss, and they're a lot bigger than they're a lot bigger than you think. So I kind of raced around this corner. I haven't ever seen this possum yet, and it was trained to kind of rustle and then sort of hop out of the butt. Like it was a very well trained possum. There was a possum wrangler there, and he knew exactly what he was doing. Didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it is. So this possum pops out, and I shine this giant flashlight up at it, and the camera's behind me, and then there's a camera on my reaction. There's a camera looking at the possum, and it is the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my life. It pops out. It's cross-eyed.
My goodness.
A little adorable cross-eyed possum, and then just starts kind of cleaning its face and just like sits down and is super chilled and I looked into camera and I was like, what do I do? What do we do here? You want
I'm
me to
shocked
pretend-
at how cute it is.
Oh my god, it's terrifying! And everyone just started laughing and was like, yeah, we're gonna have to CGI a mean possum, and what we're gonna have to do, put some fangs on it or something.
I'll tell you what. That goes back to the squirrel thing. So it was cornered in. I ended up having it cornered in. I had it cornered in the corner where I had 2 windows.
Right.
And I opened up both of those windows and I removed the screens. So I'm thinking I can get it to kind of go out there.
Yeah.
So by now, I start moving the wall that I have made up closer and closer, and it's not going down there. So I'm kind of trying to knock it down and be like, "There's open windows." I go to like push it down, and it lunges at me. That's the scaredest I've been in so long. And it went right over my head, and then it went back into the kitchen because I removed the wall.
You put yourself in a terrible place.
But I ended up getting it out. My buddy ended up coming over and helping me get it out like 20 minutes later. But it went. I have a banquette, like a booth,
right,
a restaurant booth in the corner over there, and it somehow got under there. And then we ended up getting it to go out our back door.
Swap.
But it lunged at me, and it was like, man,
terrifying. Like,
it's like, well, this is how I die.
This is it. This is the end. Yeah, should have told my mum I loved her
Death
more.
by squirrel.
Yeah, damn.
That's
there's a part of me that wanted that story to end as like, we're bros now. He just
he's my landlord.
Yeah,
he's
we're the odd couple. Like whatever.
Pay him 40 acorns a month.
Yeah,
like we're just too like back to Dan's possum. Like we're just too scared. Like we don't use towels anymore. He's living in our towel cabinet.
That also reminds me. I don't know how I forgot this.
Living in our towel.
When I was
just air dry now. That's what we do.
When I was in college one night, all of a sudden one of my roommates came running back into the living room. He just got into the kitchen. He's like, "There's a bat in there," and sure enough, there was a live bat that had flown into our kitchen. And it was just we put on we grabbed like a bunch of like fake swords and shields they had lying around the house and like chased it to this back patio
like a suit of armor.
Yeah. They just like sealed the door because the windows were open. And they're like, "Well, what now?" Like, all right, I don't know. I don't want to go in there. The bat was terrifying. Sure enough, he was gone the next morning. But
amazing. It's a very weird way that some people's minds like.
Yeah.
I think I would have done the exact like if a creature got into my house, I would have put on like a suit of armor and got on a horse and be like, right, we're jousting.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to joust this creature
you.
out of my house. Is what I'm going to do.
You have a suit
I
of
would
armor.
have words with thee.
Clink down my visor. Right. Dawn thy steed, mighty adversary.
To battle.
And then it hops on that bird that was floating around the internet. Yeah, did you see that photo? Some
bird?
Yeah, some rodent was riding on the woodpecker.
It was like a weasel that had actually. He's killing the bird.
Of
He's
course.
jumping on the bird's back. The way they snap the picture, though, it's like on a woodpecker.
Yeah.
It looks like he just jumped on his riding the
just
woodpecker.
buds,
The
yeah.
woodpecker's like, "Oh fuck."
I'm in trouble here.
Apparently, there are opossums, and then there are possums.
See, this is what got me. I thought it was a different way of saying it, but apparently they're two completely different creatures. I had an all-out. I'm one of those people who like. When I will hear someone that I don't really trust say, "No, it's opossum, dude. Like it's opossum.
Yeah.
That's what it is."
Yeah.
And then to me, that's fact.
Yeah.
Like that's it. I don't care about this person's opinion, whoever it was who told me this, but because a third person has told me this information, that is now fact to me.
Yeah.
So I will then get into an argument with another third person where I'm like, "No, dude, you're so wrong.
Yeah.
Like you'll say it's an opossum. You know what? Google it. Fucking Google it. Let's Google it. $50, $100,
Yeah.
$1 million. I bet $1 million right now that I'm right. Oh." There are two of them?
Well, I'm also right.
I mean, I'm right. I'm correct. I'm correct. But should we just write off the bet? Because right now I owe you like $17 billion because I make these ridiculous bets based on nothing.
I'm getting to more debt that.
I mean, I'll do the same. Like, people I trust, I will, because I take, like, before I really open my mouth, like, being, like, if I'm going to bet, generally I'm going to know 100% or whatever.
Yeah.
To that sense where if someone else is that adamant about a fact or something like that, I'm going to accept the fact that they're probably like me and that they should know this.
They should have done their research.
Yeah.
I get to 100% too early is what I found. Like I just will loosely figure something out, find someone like I kind of read something somewhere, and that is then 100% fact in my mind. That's 100% fact.
I read a headline for an article on Facebook. I don't click through. I'm like, well, that's just a fact that I know in my life now.
That's it. Yep, I know that now. And the article probably defunct that fact by the end as well.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, the opossums make up the largest order of marsupials in the Western Hemisphere, including 103 or more species.
they're only found in North America. Opossums.
Correct. They are commonly called possums, particularly in the southern United States, although the term also refers to Australian animals of the suborder Phalangeromorphiforms. That's some weird long word.
Classic suborder.
Classic suborders. And those are the possums. They're native to Australia, New Guinea, and Sulawesi.
Interesting. So basically, if you ever think you've seen a possum, just
Yeah.
a possum. This is what confused me as well. A possum, not opossum.
Yeah.
Because you could have an opossum.
Yes.
Yeah.
But a possum.
Yeah.
If you think you've seen a possum in America, you haven't.
No,
You haven't.
you've seen,
You've seen
an
an
opossum.
opossum is what you've
an
seen.
opossum. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
While we're talking about regions, Dominic, you were born in Kent,
It was.
located. I feel like that was very game showy or
Yeah.
whatever.
This is your life.
You were born in Kent, located in the southeast of England.
It is. Yeah.
Because of its relative abundance of fruit growing and hop gardens.
I mean, that's not why I was born then. I feel like it was.
You weren't born there for the abundance of fruit growing?
That's why I just happened to be where my mum was. I mean, maybe
Okay.
my mum
Let me-
moved to
hang
the
on.
south of England for the abundance of,
Okay, let me change this then, because Kent is traditionally known as the Garden of Dom.
Garden of Dom. Yeah, that's. But
the-
only for the last 25 years. That's the thing. Before that, it was, I don't know.
Now, I'll read things on like Wikipedia. It is traditionally known as Kent is known as the Garden of England. Is that a
Correct.
fact? That's a real
fact,
thing. It's like
yeah.
the Garden of.
It's the Garden of England because it's very like green and it's like a very nice area. It's very kind of rural and so it's known as the Garden of England.
Yeah, particularly when commending the county or its produce. Although other counties have tried to claim the title. That's the end of
Nah,
that statement.
they don't get it.
They don't get it.
They don't get it.
The Whole Foods of England.
Yeah.
It's the Whole Foods of England.
The
yeah.
Trader Joe's of England.
We don't have Trader Joe's.
You don't have Trader Joe's.
So if there are any Brits listening, he meant
It's
like
Trader Joseph's.
yeah.
It's Sir Joseph's.
Swapper Jacks is what it is.
We do have, believe it or not, we do have quite a few UK listeners.
we do. So
we
if
do.
UK listeners, he means like Tesco's.
Yes.
That's what he means. That's like our version of
Just go
Trader Joe's.
open up a nice bottle of Lucasade and...
You don't get Lucasade here?
No, we don't get Lucasade
How do you deal
here.
with hangovers? That's what Lucasade was.
Gatorade.
I get it. Right. Clever.
Yeah, as long as it has an aid suffix, you're
Yeah,
good.
perfect.
Yeah.
Good. That's good to know. Yeah.
Lucasade. I'm going to look this up.
Lucasade's like a fizzy,
Lucasade.
sweet Lucasade.
Yeah.
Lucozade.
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 Yeah. It is an umbrella name for a series of energy or sports drinks. I like it already.
It's not. Also, it's not a sports drink. I mean, it is a sport. It is.
You can drink
I mean,
it
it is. You
while
can
playing
drink it while
sports.
you're doing sports. I guess it's for hangovers. That's
Okay.
what it's for. It's like it's in the family of things with like cold pizza. It's what it was designed for.
Yeah.
One thing.
Morning pizza.
Morning pizza was designed for one thing.
How gross would that be? An energy, like an energy cold pizza, like an energy drink.
Like yeah.
tastes like cold.
I think once you liquefy pizza in any form, it's going to be
It'd
disgusting.
be disgusting.
That's like a pizza smoothie.
Yeah.
Is that what we're
Totino's
expecting?
pizza rolls. That's all those are. Is just
That's-
like
yes,
liquid
yeah.
pizza in a bun.
Yeah.
Oh,
essentially,
that
that's
great
what we're
pizza
talking about.
flavor with the consistency of smoothie.
They're tired of that horrible chewing?
Yeah.
We're going to save you some time.
And real crust chunks.
Lucozade is an umbrella name for a series of energy drinks or sports drinks. Originated in 1927 as the culmination of Newcastle chemist William Owen's efforts to create a source of energy for those who were sick with common illnesses, such as hangover.
Such as the hangover, yeah.
Such
I
as
feel
too
like this
much
is-
booze.
Yeah, I feel like this is, but like in the 20s, people
Yeah.
were like, oh my God, like it's no, it wasn't that long ago. I'm thinking it was like the 1800s when people wake up and go, oh, I feel like absolute death. I must have plague. No, you drank too much last night. You drank too much sherry, my dear, and now you feel like hell.
Yeah,
It's your
well-
own fault.
This did originate in 1927, so it's
Yeah.
been around for a minute. Lucozade.
Yeah, it's been around. Is that true? Can
Yeah.
that be true? I mean, I wasn't alive in the 20s, so I couldn't say.
That's fact. Just
But
bet
I'm
someone
now
$1 million.
believing it's- Yeah,
Bet someone $1 million.
I feel like this. I'm literally go downstairs and nobody here would get it. I'm going to go back home and be like,
Yeah.
I bet you $1 million that Lucozade was invented in the 20s.
Yeah.
They'd be like, no way. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I read it on the internet when I was doing this podcast.
Yeah, it
Total
originally.
fact.
This is interesting. It used to be called Glucozade.
Yeah.
Did it really?
Yeah, probably because of glucose and sugar, but I gotta say, dropping that G is a smart move.
That is a smart move.
I'm
yeah.
just gonna chug a Glucozade.
What's the
gonna-
matter?
yeah.
What's the matter, homie? You Luco?
Yeah, they've been smart with that. Huh? Maybe that's why it didn't pick up recently. Until 2010, it was still Glucozade. And they went, guys, something's wrong. Why is it? It's a good product. It helps people with hangovers. Let's drop the G. Let's see what happens with that phenomenon. All of a sudden,
I don't know why people don't want to drink it. It's ridiculous.
so it doesn't make any sense.
It was the product was recently acquired. Well, not recently. It was acquired by Beecham's in 1938.
No,
it was also a
sick
long time.
acquisition, Beecham.
Yeah,
It's
come on,
really,
Beecham.
really smart. Well, speaking of Lucozade, I don't think anyone is making any claims that is all natural, all organic.
Nope.
You know, it's a good thing to help you get some energy back to help restore those electrolytes.
Yeah.
But you know, we live in Los Angeles. It's a big thing here. People are always talking about gluten-free this, organic that, cage-free this, range,
Free range.
free range.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
I won't eat a lettuce unless it's been caged.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
at least 2/3 of
Did
its
this-
life, because I don't trust them.
Did this cabbage suffer?
Yeah, you need
Good.
to make sure
Yeah.
you put cabbages in place. Otherwise, this is another thing that I heard from the third person. But otherwise, there will be an uprising and we will
yeah.
lose. I'm
I
just
mean, that's-
saying. So cabbages need to know.
That's
who's boss.
I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, I take a different stance because that's why, like, I don't drink alcohol, because I'm against the mistreatment of wheat and barley. You know,
Yeah, it's
whiskey is kept in barrels for 40 years. That's just inhumane.
inhuman, totally. But now, because you don't have to worry about the hangover because of Lucozade,
Yeah.
maybe
I'll start.
we bringing you over to our borderline alcoholic
I think
side.
I'm gonna convert.
Just gonna get a terrible Lucozade addiction.
I'm
None of the fun
confused.
part.
Yeah,
Well, the reason I bring that up is because, you know, a lot of times you see stuff that's labeled all natural.
right.
And that actually has no real meaning.
Yeah.
Because in the United States, the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, does not have specific rules for natural labeling. In fact, they've actually advised that they object to the use of the term if the food doesn't, if it does not contain added color, artificial flavors, synthetic substances. A lot of people, you just like they'll put it on there. It can be all natural. It can just be referring to one aspect of the
interesting.
product.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will put that on there just as an added selling point. Like if you read organic, if you read all natural, there's no real like policing because there's no definition to go along
Right,
with
and
it.
people will read it and see it as like a blanket thing that covers everything. When actually it could have been like, yeah, there's like rainwater in this, and we got it from the sky, so that's all natural.
Yeah, well, it's the Center for Science in the Public Interest did a study. They found the poultry industry, the chicken industry. They've been labeling chicken meat all natural after it had been injected with saline that would add up to 25% of its weight. So, you know, it's stuff like that where you're like, well, I wouldn't say it's all natural. Just call it chicken. Like, don't slap
say
on these
chicken.
don't slap on these extra adjectives and we'll be cool.
Yeah.
I'll still buy it.
We do. Also here, there's a lot of like I found like when I go for a shop and stuff. There's a lot of fake. Like there's a lot of like meatless meat.
Yeah.
That I don't really have in the UK. So
Yeah.
the first couple of times I came to the US and I was like, you know what, I really feel like just some like chicken nuggets. I just want chicken nuggets. That's all I want tonight.
Yeah.
And ended up coming home with like 3 bags of chickenless chicken
Oh
nuggets.
no.
Which, because it's not a thing. Like, I've seen chicken. It says, essentially, that's what I was looking for. I saw chicken and nuggets on a packet, and I was like, well, these are probably Like, it seems to be filling the
Yeah.
entire criteria of what I came into this store for.
Yeah.
And get home, and it's chicken.
The key word
chicken
that
wings.
you wanted was chicken.
Chicken. And it
For-
says it twice.
Vegetarians and vegans, for people that don't eat
Aristotle
animals and
knows
animal
this.
byproducts, they always make food designed to look exactly like
Yeah.
meat products.
Yeah.
Right. It's the weirdest thing.
Soy rizo.
Yeah. Tofurkey. Like, no, just don't eat a turkey.
Just don't eat turkey, yeah. Why would you pretend...
Yeah.
Like, do they like have fake turkeys running around in the backyard, like stuffed animals? Is that...
Just cut it up and Brussels sprouts pour out.
I want to pretend I'm eating this creature that I want.
that I want to
about.
save by like because of my culinary beliefs.
Is that how you feel, Aristotle? Aristotle's our inherent vegan. He could tell you what if you got. I mean, he's provided so many good facts about like new things that have become vegan and all that recently.
Right.
Like Skittles are
Oreos.
now vegan, right? Oreos are vegan.
Oreos were a big one for me.
Oh,
I had
wow.
no idea. Oreos are vegan.
Yeah,
Didn't know.
Good job, Oreos.
secretly vegan. Like, don't tell anybody.
Hey, don't tell the meat eaters. Don't tell the carnivores, but we're vegan.
We're
so
vegan. Keep it down, guys.
Keep it down. Keep it down.
I do have a vegan fact.
Yes.
If you want to use this.
Yes, we
Vegan
do.
fact.
The Girl Scout cookie thing kind of just ended, but the Girl Scouts get their cookies from 2 different bakeries.
Okay.
And I know for sure that if you get Thin Mints and the peanut butter patties, and it's from the ABC bakery, they're vegan. The other bakery are not vegan.
Huh.
Interesting.
Interesting. I'll make it a point to never buy from the ABC factory.
I also don't think I've ever had Girl Scout cookies. So again,
No, they're real good.
It's not
That
in
is
the UK,
that is a American experience
It's an
that you
American
should treat
experience.
yourself to.
Goddamn
I'll tell-
American experience.
But I'm
tell
saying
my
it's when you should
girlfriend,
treat
that's,
yourself
no,
to.
absolutely.
I should treat myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go out on my own and look for Girl Scouts. I feel like there's a horrible. There's a horrible.
I'm just looking for your sweet
and as you
cookies.
just said as well, like is it just ended? So essentially, I'm just going up to girls and going,
Yeah.
"Are you a Girl Scout?" Because I've
You
been
got-
told about the cookie. Like I want, like I
You
want
got
cookies.
something sweet for
You
me?
got- Oh no! Oh wow!
Lately though, I've been seeing people selling them online, like they've with the advent of the internet over the
Yep.
last 2 years because it's so new.
It's a new thing.
Girl Scouts have been doing like tumblers and stuff like that to where you can like drop ship them almost.
You can, like,
to where
mass buy.
you can mass buy them
Yeah.
from people, then they'll mail them.
Well,
to
like,
you.
as I understand it, it's like a competition for the Girl Scouts as
Yeah.
well, right? Like it's whoever sells the most cookies. This is all I have from like watching Friends and American TV back home. Like, it's
now
is it-
available on Netflix.
Now available on Netflix. It's a competition for them, right? So
I think
whoever
so.
sells the most,
Yeah, they get like prizes and stuff
as
like
the
that.
head scout.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like a Hunger Games of sorts, where one troop will die if they don't sell enough cookies.
One troop will die.
May the Thin Mints be ever in your favor.
One troop will spend eternity in the pit of hell.
That's pretty much worth it.
That's-
It's,
yeah.
builds character. Get a merit badge.
Back to the natural foods topic here. In the UK, the Food Standards Agency has published criteria for the use of several terms in food labeling. The guidance in general restricts the use of natural to foods that have ingredients produced by nature, not the work of man or interfered with by man. Natural flavorings are explicitly defined by separate laws.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Seems like we covered it a little better than you guys.
Yeah, just a
Sorry.
little more enlightened.
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, and the only thing that has been labeled all natural is Vegemite.
Which is delicious.
I like Vegemite.
Vegemite's
I'm one of like
amazing.
every time I say that, someone's like, "You're a monster."
You're a horrible.
Yeah.
Well, it's so interesting. Our version of that in the UK is called Marmite.
Yes.
and it's made with meat products, so it's not like. And then Australia came out with Vegemite, which was vegetarian, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the ad campaign in the UK for Marmite was "You'll love it or you'll hate it." That
Nice.
was the entire campaign.
Well, that's very smart. It is like
Yeah.
a very. It's
And
not a.
It's so true as well.
It doesn't
There's nobody
look
who-
particularly appetizing.
Right.
It's
No-
just this like pitch black spread.
No, there is no. I've never met a human being who went, "Yeah, it's all right."
Yeah.
Everyone's either like, and like throws up at the very mention of the name.
Or they throw up at the
Marmite.
prospect of getting to eat more because they're so excited.
So excited about it. Yeah. No human being alive has ever
Yeah,
said,
there's-
yeah,
there's
whatever. I could go for some Marmite.
There's
I
no
guess.
middle ground.
There is no middle ground with Marmite. There isn't any.
Well, here is something that is definitely not an all-natural additive. While shooting Titanic in 1997, an angry crew member put PCP, the drug PCP, into the soup that James Cameron and various other people ate one night, sending more than 50 people to the hospital.
Wow.
There were people just rolling around on the ground. They were completely out of it, starting to lose their shit. Some of them said they were seeing streaks and other psychedelic visions. Cameron actually managed to vomit out the drug before it took hold. And one of the actors, Louis Abernathy, said he was just shocked at the way Cameron looked. One eye was completely red, like the Terminator eye. A pupil, no iris, beet red. The other eye looked like he'd been sniffing glue since he was 4. And the person behind the poisoning was never caught.
So his eyes were...
The person behind the poisoning was Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, right? Where's my Oscar?
Tough day. Where's my Oscar? He was having a tough day.
Yeah.
Hair and makeup, it was all in his face. His hair, that thing that he had all the time, like it's just a lot of hair was all in his face. He was like, right, I'm PCPing some fuckers. That's it, I'm done.
Oh, soup again? I'll fix this.
So he had 2 different color eyes, much like you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Well, that night, he had one that was bright red, and the other that was...
Back to these Girl Scouts, I looked it up here, and according to the Los Angeles Times, the Thin Mint cookie that's crunchier with more mint than chocolate comes from Virginia-based bakery ABC Cookies. The cookie with a distinct peppermint taste is produced by Kellogg's Little Brownie Bakers, located in Louisville, Kentucky.
Great bakery.
Yeah.
Great bakery.
And Girl Scout cookie sales began back in 1917, so it's been happening for quite some time now.
1917?
Yeah.
Wow.
Smart. I mean, they actually posted up outside of Meltdown, where we record this podcast, and for one of the stand-up comedy shows. And it was such a brilliant move. Just get all these hungry hipsters, get their money, and sell them cookies.
Sell them cookies.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in California as well, a lot of them, the medicinal weed.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I would like hold up. Like, hey, you look ragged and your eyes are pretty red.
Yeah,
Do you want some
exactly.
cookies?
I don't know,
water
man.
and cookies.
What's in this cookie? Just thin and mint.
Just, perfect.
Hungry hipsters. That's had to have been like a sketch or something. I gotta imagine.
Maybe.
Like
Hungry hipsters. Either that or we should like start making t-shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause I feel like they'd sell.
Boom. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
T-shirts. Today we learned T-shirts. Hungry hipsters.
Hungry hipsters.
From 1928 to 1935, Vegemite was renamed as Parwill to make use of the advertising slogan "Marmite but Parwill." So stupid.
Yeah, I love
Marmite,
I love Mar and Par.
Yeah. To make use of the popular advertising slur. Never heard of it in my life.
Yeah. Well, it's because Vegemite is in Australia.
That's true. That is true. I have Vegemite here. I have Vegemite at my house.
Are you into Nutella? Are you into that?
No, not really.
Yeah.
There's something about it. That
I
just
agree.
doesn't- Like a
not my
chocolatey spread.
Yeah.
Like I like my chocolate solid or drinkable. Like no, it's like Marmite.
Yeah.
Like no middle ground. I don't want like a spreadable chocolate. That's not.
Yeah, it's like breakfast chocolate is already pushing it. I feel the same way about Speculoos, the cookie spread, the cookie butter. It's very good. Yeah. I like that more than I like Nutella, but even so, I'm just like, I feel like a monster just having bought this. I essentially just bought frosting that is in a different form.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting how you say Nutella as well, because it's like a chocolate peanut, like chocolate hazelnut, right?
Yeah.
So say nut.
Nut.
Now say Nutella.
Nutella.
No, say it how you would say it, though.
Nutella.
Why is it?
Nutella?
Why? Because you don't say newt.
Newt.
Yeah, I think it's just
Nutella. That's the name of it, though, right?
No, it's
But is it there an E?
I'm sure it's Nutella.
Because the
It would make. There's an E in it.
right?
Is it Nute?
I don't know. I don't even.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that's the
Nutella,
Ella. That's
but, like,
isn't it?
maybe it's-
Wouldn't that be part of the Ella rather than because you're
I think
using
people,
the E twice?
when they first read it, they just latched onto the NU, and that's how they broke it down. They parsed it new NU Tella.
Interesting.
It's like new metal.
Yeah,
In
or
the
like
late 90s.
television.
You're not gonna say no metal.
No, I know, but it's just I thought it was interesting because it's got a nut flavor. I think and when
It's
someone
hazelnut.
goes,
It definitely should be
hazelnut, yeah.
Nutella.
It should be Nutella. That's how we would say it in the UK.
Yeah, it's not
Nutella.
peanut butter.
Yeah, or like hazelnuts.
Hazelnut.
I'd love something. It's starting
Can I
to
get
sound a bit weird and Swedish.
Yes, I'd like a
hazelnut latte.
Can I get a hazelnut latte? I'll take a
Which is
grande.
now how I'm going to order mine for the rest of the time. Just one hazelnut latte. What is wrong with you? I did this podcast. It's a whole thing. Just don't worry
I bet you $1 million.
Give me my latte.
Yeah.
Just give me my coffee.
Give me my latte, okay? I don't come here for counseling. I come here for coffee.
Now give me that spread.
Give me that hazelnut latte.
Well, interesting. We're talking about UK advertisements.
Yes.
In fact, in the UK, along with Greece, Denmark, and Belgium, advertising to children directly is restricted. You can't target kids with your advertising, no matter. Would you say that's accurate? Do you feel like there's a lot of?
I'm trying to think. I mean, a lot of the kid, like when I do like an advert for like a Nerf gun comes out, that applies to me now anyway as a 25-year-old infant.
They're awesome.
That still applies to me.
Yes, please.
So yes, I want one of those. Like I come back home, my housemate's like, yeah, there are Nerf bullets everywhere, and I'm just sitting in the corner in my couch fort, and I'm just shooting through it. And he's like, oh, you saw another advert, didn't you? Yeah, I did. Yes, I did, and I bought 7 Nerf guns today. That's how I spent my day. But no, I'd say I think that's probably quite accurate. I think it's probably. I'm trying to kind of think of adverts. I'm thinking that they do kind of go, parents, get these for your kids.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think it's kind of phrased that way.
Yeah, I think it's probably applying more to like how they do it here, where you can't, like for cigarettes in particular, you can't. They had to stop. Camel had this Joe Camel character, this like cool cartoon Camel, that had to stop using him because it's like making cigarettes seem too cool for kids.
Yeah. I mean, I've always wanted to be a camel.
Yeah.
I take all, like, hey, that camel looks like a sick bro, and I want to emulate his life.
I don't know about
everything he does.
I don't know about smoking, but once I seen Joe Camel, I went out and bought a leather jacket and sunglasses.
And a Kangol cap.
I can't go get. I'm just looking at some facts here about the UK and Marmite and all that while we were talking about it. And apparently in 2011, Marmite was banned. Marmite banned yeast products, including Ovaltine and Marmite. Denmark banned in 2011.
Banned Marmite. That would have been one of those countries where more people hated it than loved it, because otherwise there would have been uproar. There would have been. That's actually what caused the riots in London. They tried to ban Marmite, and people were like, "No, you can't take my Marmite! Oh my god!"
Here's something while we're talking about food here.
Breakfast cereal.
Dom, do you eat cereal? Do you eat breakfast cereal? Are you?
I don't eat breakfast.
Not even Weetabix?
No.
What about bacon and eggs? I
would eat bacon, like I'd eat bacon and eggs all day long. Yeah, B&E, you kidding me?
Yeah.
Every day, all day. But I tend to kind of get up and like go for a run or do something, and then like I'll come back and like do some stuff, maybe watch some TV, like catch up with what's going on in the world. Like I do all of that. I have a coffee and I do all of that before I eat breakfast, and then I'll have. I don't know, like it changes every time. Like normally I'll go to like Starbucks and get like 17 packets of Madeleines and just eat all of those. And my dog's a big fan of those as well, so I only end up eating like 15, 16 packets.
You don't want to pig out.
I'm glad you share. I'm glad you share.
Little, intricacies into my life. This is how I live, people. Madeleines are the way to my heart. Sarah, if you're out there.
Well, have you had the cereal Fruit Loops?
Haven't, no. I want to try more American cereals.
Well, Fruit Loops, in case you don't know, they're basically just these circular, like little miniature fruit donuts.
They're like loops.
Yeah, like loops made of fruit.
They're like fruity Cheerios.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Just in one flavor.
I'll let you read it.
Yes, actually, it's pretty much despite looking, they're colored. There's colors lime green, orange, purple, yellow. There's red loops. They all look these different colors, but they in fact are the same flavor.
Just one taste.
Just one flavor.
Interesting. So we had a debate about this when we were in school. When we were on I think we were too old to be having. I think I was like 17, 18. We were too old to be having this conversation. Yeah. But Smarties.
Yes.
Are they one flavor?
They are different flavors.
I disagree. I think there's one. I mean, I'm sure you know that you've probably Googled it and stuff.
According to the Smarties website, there are.
According to the Smarties, interesting, because I think it was more an excuse to just buy like a shit ton of Smarties and spend like it was one of those things where we went into science classes like we have a legitimate experiment. No. Here's some Smarties and we're going to taste them all day to see if there are different flavors.
I think you might see we have different Smarties. So your Smarties are like got like a chocolate in the center or something like that, right? Our Smarties don't. I was
What?
reading. Yes.
Yeah.
See, this is how when we were talking about the natural, there was a photo of how your Smarties, the blue, changed slight color over the years because they made it more natural.
The blue they got rid of the blue for a really long
Interesting.
Yeah.
time because I was one
'Cause
of
of the
those
dyes
kids.
or
I
whatever.
had an issue. Yeah, I had. If you give me, my mum will attest. Is like if you give me too many E numbers to this day, like Skittles, I can't have Skittles. They'll drive me like I'll be bouncing off the. It's like giving me like 2 tabs of ecstasy. Like I can't. It really messes with my head.
Yeah.
So. And I was one of those kids that the blue Smartie was banned for because it was making kids go mental. And then it came back and it was a slightly duller colour.
Yep.
And they changed the ingredients.
Yeah. Now here's and that's when they had a photo of that on the natural pages. We were looking about the all natural stuff, and they mentioned that the dye is now a more all natural color of the dye, and they look different than our Smarties. Our Smarties are like it's a circle, but it's like very edgy and flat disc of sugar.
Interesting.
Now these are your Smarties.
Correct. Yeah. Chocolate-filled crispy goodness.
Oh yes,
They're like
those,
M&Ms
those are
almost.
good.
They're like M&Ms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like those quite a bit.
So yours may or may not. The UK ones may or may not be the same.
They are.
I think those are probably the same
are the
flavor,
same
like
flavor.
the candy coat, like the candy coating in M&Ms. It's
They're
just
all
color.
the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's just colour. I think that's what it is with Smarties.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna have to get some of these.
Smarties
Good.
in the U.S. Usually they come in a very small packet. They're like very tiny, almost like Tic Tac size, but
Right.
circular, and they have like sort of a chalky fruit flavor to them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Interesting.
so that's the difference.
it's always the thing.
Oh, Smarties. Oh, this is what... We don't call them Smarties. We have them back home, and they're like... Damn, I can't remember what they're called. We have those back home. We don't call them Smarties at all.
Yeah, so the Smarties the chocolate Smarties that you're talking about are not distributed in the United States except by specialist importers. This is because the American rights to the brand belong to the Smarties Candy Company, which manufactures its own hard tablet sweet under registered trademark name Smarties. In Canada, these are sold using the brand name Rockets.
Interesting.
I wonder what they're called in the UK here.
Isn't they
yeah.
called, like Frazzles or something?
It could be. And they've been, like the Smarties, Roundtrees of York, England, have been making chocolate beans since 1882. The product was renamed Smarties Chocolate Beans in 1937. So they're like
Chocolate
yeah.
beans.
Chocolate beans.
You know what these look like? Beans. Sure.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
I'm sure there was an Australian behind that somewhere.
Yeah.
It's my Australians are my favourite namers of things in the like.
Exactly.
Have you ever been to like a liquor store with an Australian? Do you know what
No.
they call it? They call it a bottle shop. That's what they call it. Like it's like Australia had this meeting and they went, what should we call this place where we buy bottles of stuff? What should we call it? Bottle shop, Jeff? Yeah. I mean, that covers it, right? Also, we've got this place called South Wales, but apparently there's already a South Wales, so we need a new name for South Wales. Has anyone got anything? Like,
How about
anything for South Wales?
New South Wales?
Perfect. There we go.
Nailed it.
Meeting adjourned.
I mean, I almost would like things would be so much easier if they were just that's what they were.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting in Boston.
Although a bottle shop is very blanket statement, like what kind
It is, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
in Boston, they call liquor stores packies, short for package stores.
Oh, that's a bit of a hot button, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
God damn it!
Yeah. Although,
Stopping me from buying packages at 2 a.m.
oh, this is a very weird UPS.
Last call for
Weirdest
packages.
place.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sort of a
that's
box
funny.
full of tequila.
I think we should start talking more literally.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
just using the adjectives that describe exactly what you're
Yeah.
referring to.
Yeah.
We're
Right
gonna
now,
go to the tavern of alcohol,
Yeah.
buy some regret juice, then stumble home.
I'd love some regret juice.
Some libations.
Some libations, then wake up and have my hangover Lucozade and
My
continue
hangover,
with my day.
my hangover food.
Hangover juice.
So, quick question: Are you a fan of comic books? Are you a fan of superhero movies, stuff like
I'm a
that?
huge fan of superhero movies. I never really got into comic books when I was a kid. And I was saying on our way up, like, I've never really been in a comic book store before, like a proper comic book store. I've never really been in one. And I guess the first like proper comic book I did a movie called Vampire Academy, like nearly 2 years ago now. That they had a comic book series kind of based. They had like a graphic novel series as well, and I got given a couple of those like before they were released because obviously we were in the film and stuff. And that was the first time I'd really kind of started looking at them, and I found them really interesting, and I thought, yeah, they're cool. So maybe it's something I need to get into. The one I would be into at the moment is my girlfriend and me are very into The Walking Dead.
Nice.
Oh, so good, dude.
Huge fan of The Walking Dead. Are you guys caught up?
Yes, I am.
I'm caught up in the sense that I stopped watching after season 2 because they were looking for that girl for too long, and it just pissed me off.
Oh, it got a lot better
Stop
after
looking for that
season
girl.
2. Season 2 is like the real trial by fire for a lot of viewers. Like a lot of people stopped watching there, but it got a lot better.
So I stopped watching mid-season 2, right?
Right.
Then literally last Sunday, I was at our mutual friend's Kyle's house, and I watched the most 3 recent episodes, and I'm considering caught up. Like I had him explain. Like he just kind of walked me through some bullet points, and he's like, "Oh, this is this."
Yeah, most of the bullet points are like, "Where's Shane now? He's dead. Yeah, he's dead. Like, what about Dale? Dead. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, there's a whole mess of stuff that happened in the middle. There's Michonne. She's new. She's got a sword. Like it's fine. Like basically, if anyone's not in it, they're dead.
Yeah.
And if they're new, they're just a new character. And that's where we are.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm caught up because exactly that. It's like, why do I need to?
Why do I need more? But then why do you ever watch it? You should just watch the previously on before every episode.
Previously.
Coral! Stay in the house, Coral!
And then, but that's all you really need to watch because it just summarizes the previous episode and watch it a week late, but that's all you ever need to watch of a show. But that was the only kind of graphic novel that I would potentially get into now at this point in my life. But I'm also fairly sure it's going to start ruining the show for me. Because I think we spoke to the guy who does The Talking Dead the other day.
Oh, Chris Hardwick.
Yeah. And he said they're starting to get closer to the comics. That was kind of the idea. Like, I don't think anybody really.
They're hewing a little closer to comic storylines, but it's still different enough from
that it wouldn't ruin it for me.
No, it's a different experience, honestly, because like different big moments happen differently. Like, Walking Dead spoiler from way back in season, I think it was 2 or 3, when Shane dies. He dies differently in the comics than he does on TV.
How does he die in the comics?
And it's I think it's much more compelling in the comics.
Interesting. Well, how did it happen?
In the comics, Carl is the one who kills him.
That's what happened in the...
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was,
No.
Maybe, okay. Anyway, needs some Lucozade, evidently.
Oh, wait, kills him originally? Or... Because Rick is the one who...
Rick is the one who shoots on the show, am I wrong?
In the show, Carl shoots him. But Rick is the one who stabs him.
Okay, I don't think Rick stabs him in the comic.
In the comic, no.
Oh, anyway, the way that Lori... That's a bigger one.
That's a bigger one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's
super messed up.
I was just a bit like... Ugh.
Yeah, that dragged on a bit on the show, but...
You know what, if you think about it, actually, Carl does some serious dirty work in this show.
Yeah, Carl's a little fucker.
Yeah, poor kid.
Who's Carl?
You know Carl. He's Rick's
Carl.
kid.
Oh, Carl's the kid.
Carl's Rick's kid.
Yeah, he's the kid who got shot in the beginning of second season before they went to go look for that girl.
He gets better. He gets better. Yeah, he gets better.
Isn't it weird that no one on that show says the word zombie? Like,
it's weird that
no one says it.
It's weird that no one says zombies, and this is something that's bothered me for a little while. What are we on, season 5 now?
Yeah.
I've not seen anyone take a shit, ever.
Yeah.
I've never seen... That issue has not been dealt with.
The deleted scenes.
Well, because, they spend a lot of time in the woods and stuff, and, it needs to happen. Like, of course, it's a bodily thing. Like, it needs to happen. And I want to see Daryl... hunched over with his crossbow at the ready, with his trousers around his ankles, just in case. Because what if one?
Oh, absolutely.
That would be the time to go for. Like, how would you run away? That would be.
I also
your time to pounce.
I also love how you'll see them in the jungle or in the the forests or whatever. The jungle. They're in the jungles of Africa. Huh? They're in the forests or whatever. Walking and hunting, and the women have earrings in. They took time out of their morning to put in their earrings while they're...
Well, even just hair. Were I in that situation, I have a zombie plan, just so everyone's aware. Okay. I have one for the UK and one for here, because this is where I spend... Don't laugh. You're not part. You're gonna die. Is what's going to come to zombie apocalypse. Like you're laughing at me, so you're gonna die. That's what's gonna happen. Like you don't have a plan. You're not ready. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
So I have a zombie plan. And like number one on my list is just to buzz cut my hair.
Yeah.
So the last thing I want is like a dangly little fringe to be the reason I get bit, and then have the slow painstaking.
My man bun.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, have the slow painstaking like turn into a zombie. Or I was like, if only I'd cut my fucking hair, I would have seen him coming from this side, and I would have got away.
Yeah.
So that's
And it's,
number one
it's less
me.
for them to grab onto also.
To get caught on. It's
So
like a cape.
zombie plan number 2, wear skin-tight clothing.
Wear skin-tight clothing, cut your hair,
Preferably
definitely
leather.
don't wear a cape.
Yeah. No capes.
No capes.
No capes.
Get snagged on everything.
But I bought this cape specifically for the apocalypse.
I know it's interesting as well because like I've had this conversation like as a fan of The Walking Dead. I've had this conversation a couple of times with my girlfriend and stuff. And what's the best weapon? What would you use? And you know, everyone's kind of first opinion is to go for a gun, but eventually it runs out of bullets and it's loud and whatever. So we kind of settled on a bow and arrow. Like something along that you can make new arrows and something along those lines. We're like, yeah, cool. So my character's an archer in this movie Takedown, the one I did, the action thriller I did in the summer. So I spent a lot of time with the bow kind of across my chest and over my back. And a lot of where we filmed was in the woods.
Sure.
Now, I'm quite a clumsy human being.
Yeah.
I'm normally very good when I get to set. I don't know what it is, something snaps and I'm in like work mode and I'm fine. About 15 to 20 times, I tried to walk through a space between trees that was big enough for me, but not big enough for my bow, and got like comedy cartoon snagged by the trees and like elasticated back and like slingshot back.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of having second thoughts about a bow now, because if you're running full pelt and you get snagged and comedy zombie death.
Yeah, you almost if you're going to be doing that, you almost need to always be holding on to it.
Always holding it. And what's interesting is when I had to go through archery training for this film. And when we went through it, he went, yeah, you would never put it on your shoulders, ever. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, like, because you will get snagged.
Yeah.
And I got to set, and he said, yeah, just put it over your shoulders. And I went, oh, but you're not really supposed... Like, the training guy went, you're not really supposed... And he went, yeah, but it looks on camera. It looks much better. Like, it looks much better on camera for you to do that. So in real life, yeah, you would always be holding it.
Yeah.
And there'd probably always be an arrow on it as well in that situation.
Yeah, if you're running for your life.
I would always have an arrow.
Yeah, I'm very good. I'm fairly competent with knowing the size of my body through like Indiana Jonesing through like closing doors or like small crevices. Like I can do that. But if I have anything else on me or whatever,
anything new
is like boom.
Even like shoes.
If I'm wearing new shoes that I'm not
shouldn't have worn this fanny pack.
Yeah. Now I'm dead again. Oh man.
Death by fanny pack.
Death by fanny pack. Yeah, if the writers of The Walking Dead are listening, we've got some gold ideas.
Yeah, we've got a brilliant arc for Series 6. It's gonna be 4 episodes.
4 episodes.
So would you say the sword is probably the?
I'd say the sword is probably. I think that's probably a smart choice. Yeah, I think that would be a. I think that
even
would be
though it's so close proximity.
I feel like
it's very close proximity, but it's also. I feel like people forget how heavy they are.
Yeah,
like they are. Quite
are we
heavy.
talking like a broadsword or like a katana?
No,
katanas you can do with one sword.
Yeah, I would probably go katana. Where would I get a katana?
The sword store in
internet.
Australia.
Definitely the internet. Just like katanas.com.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Like, come zombie apocalypse, I'm like, oh, holy shit, I need to get a katana. Like, I'm not going to go www.katanasbecausezombieapocalypse.com.
We got to prepare now. I feel like there's
TM on that
a number
website.
of
katana.
I feel like they're probably available a surprising number of places. I would check like pawn shops.
Yeah.
Or comic book stores or nerds' basements.
Nerds' basements would be a good one. Yeah.
I don't know. I would probably go baseball bat because it's a little more durable, I feel. And, you want...
My concern with that is what type... Because then there's different variations of zombies. There's slow zombies, there's vicious zombies, and then there's fast zombies.
28 days later zombies.
Yeah.
You're not going to be letting these fast zombies get that close.
No, if it's 28 days later zombies... we're fucked.
We're done. Yeah,
There's
done.
like
there were 3 people in all of London.
Yeah,
3 people. Everyone else was fucked.
My buddies and I we play a game called Your Team.
Your Team.
Your Team, and it's basically like in the advent of a zombie apocalypse, you put people on each other's team that'll make them lose the zombie apocalypse because you want to win. So my weapon would be to not only have like real weapons to keep me alive, but I would also I would also want to surround myself with people who I know are going to help keep me alive. But you also want to have people
Shit people for your
shit
buddy's
people
team.
for your
Yeah.
for your buddy's team, or as like a defense shield.
Yeah.
You need some cannon fodder.
You
Yeah.
want those people on Walking Dead that get eaten because
Yeah.
they're too slow, so
Yeah.
the other main better people can get
can
away.
live. Like on your team, you're going to have OCD Johnny, who has to open and close the door 17 times before
Yes.
he leaves it.
Yeah.
So,
No, close it. We're
No.
trying to evade them.
Close it. Get out of this house. There are zombies in 16, 17. Oh,
One,
we're
two,
dead.
three,
That's
one, two,
it.
three, one, two,
yeah,
three.
yeah, yeah.
When he turns into a zombie, he has to chew his brain 17 times before swallowing.
While we're wrapping up here, we're approaching our time here. You mentioned Madeline, and I actually didn't know what those were, but those are little cakes.
They're
Those
like
are cakes.
they're like soft French cookies.
Soft French
They're
cookies
a
from-
delight.
Yeah.
Try them. Thank me later. They're an
Yeah.
absolute delight. Starbucks actually does really good ones too.
Yeah, and they come in different flavors or different types, or is it all
Just
similar?
like a spongy, just like sponge.
Yeah, a
like
sponge
sweet
cake?
sponge
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, Madeleines
what
are
it
very
is.
small sponge cakes with the distinctive shell-like shape acquired from being baked in pans with shell-shaped depressions.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
What a weird thing. What a weirdly specific way
Yeah.
of describing
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
shell-shaped
it's shaped-
because we cook it in something that's
Yeah.
shell-shaped.
I tell you what, I love Wikipedia, but sometimes they're like
Sometimes,
overly,
yeah. I feel like they need to filter the idiots out every now
Yeah.
and then. Just like a little...
yeah.
So I'm reading this, going back to zombies for just a second. I saw this fascinating list, and I just had to, according to a 2011 article, so it's probably out of date by now, the top 10 safest countries during a zombie outbreak.
Oh, interesting.
According to geographic location, topography, armed populace, population density, and military preparedness, are as follows. Number 1, Australia. Number 2, Canada.
Australia is the best place to be?
Evidently.
Wow.
There's
Less
so much in the so much there in the outback. You
smart.
can,
and there's probably less population. Like
Yeah.
it's the
Number
Yeah.
2, Canada. Number 3, United States. Number 4, Russia. Number 5, Kazakhstan. Number 6, Bolivia.
it's just listing these countries.
7,
Yeah.
Norway. 8, Finland. 9, Argentina. And 10, Sweden.
We're not even there.
Yeah.
Where do you
I think it's because it's too dense, and you're also like, there's no, like,
what they said
it's
in
an
28
island.
days later is completely right. If I feel like the word, like if it happened to the UK, the rest of the world would just go, sorry guys, you're done.
Yeah.
Like that's it. They put a couple people up in
It's
like
been
Calais,
fun, yeah.
It stationed some turrets.
Yeah,
in Calais, and like, no, you're not coming. You can keep trying. We're gonna keep. You're not coming over again.
Just
Like,
get a
it's
bunch
not-
of snacks and
Yeah.
hide on the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, it's because it's almost like it's like the movie The Birds. That kind of that's
The Burbs?
the birds with the
Birds.
birds where the birds are attack people.
Yeah.
because I mean it's not as fantastical of an idea of zombies are and all that. Especially, obviously not the reincarnated dead or anything like that, but more so like the virus 28 days later type zombies where it's
Yeah.
a virus that, it's almost like a rabies on
Rabies-esque,
steroids.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not that far-fetched of an idea that somebody could accidentally create a disease that, brings out, that type of
And this
rage.
is why I have a zombie plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I am ready for this. I am ready for all of this to happen. And I mean, we're
tell you
friends,
what.
guys, but I'm sorry you're not involved in my zombie plan yet.
That's
Like, we spend
It's
more
okay.
time
Can I-
together.
I'm
You need to show me your benefits to my plan. And
I'm going to pitch this to you
Okay.
because it's just the name of it sounds like you have all these rom-coms or whatever, like Pregnant Planet, whatever. That's not one, but there's
Say Pregnant Planet.
Pregnant Planet. It's all pregnant women.
Just pregnant women.
No,
Bring
but
us pickles.
The name Zombie Plan sounds very much to me like it could be like a light-heart romantic comedy or something about
like
about,
a zomcom.
like a zom-com,
Zom-com.
but, or like where it's like these guys have a zombie plan.
Yeah, see, I mean,
know.
I'm sure it'd be a good film and I would enjoy it.
Yeah.
The issue I have is I would have to give up my zombie plan. Like, I would have to tell the world my zombie, and it's very
Unless
selfish.
you write a new zombie plan.
Unless I could write a new. I could throw everyone off. I could
Yes.
write like
Yeah,
a
throw 'em
shit
off
one.
the
Make
trail.
a shit zombie
Yeah,
plan.
Like, this is definitely what you should do. So you
Definitely
will
wait
get
outside.
Wait outside, like drench yourself in raw steaks, and just walk around LA naked. Go up and down Sunset naked. That's what you should do.
It's weird. People are already doing that, and it has nothing to do with zombies.
I like it.
Just the locals.
Dom, we are approaching our time limit here.
Okie dokie.
The episode is ending. A, we'd love to have you back.
Love
B, promote everything you got coming up again, and then tell everybody where they can find you on the internet or whatever, anything you want. This is your floor.
Let's do it. So later on this year, keep your eyes and ears open and or to the ground, respectively, for Takedown, an action thriller about a bunch of young, rich, privileged students who go to this academy to learn to live off the land and learn to stand on their own 2 feet, and they get kidnapped and held hostage to their rich parents and have to find their own ways out. Keep your eyes out for that. And hopefully October 2015, The Other with myself, Carrie Elways, Jill Hennessy and Dre DeMatteo, a psychological horror movie uncovering the depths and potential insanity of the young Zach Bradford. And his descent into madness. So keep your eyes out for those. And, of course, Taylor Swift's video Style is still out right now and doing amazingly well. And I was very proud to have called myself a small part in that cog for a hot second there. So check that out.
Yes, check all of those out. It's a very good video, too.
It's a great
video. And then Twitter, you are...
I am at Dom Sherwood 1, I think.
Yes, Dom Sherwood 1.
At Dom Sherwood 1 is my Twitter handle, which hilarity is all I spew forth from my Twitter. Hilarity. You catch me at the right time. Every now and then I'll do something drunk and regret it in the morning.
You're like, oh no.
It's a finite sort of 11 hours.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is funny. So if you catch it at the right time, every now and then there's something funny goes out.
Alrighty, everybody do that. Everything he just said.
And if
All
you
of the
want to
things.
find us online, well, you're in luck. You can find the podcast at TWL Podcast. You can send us an email, todaywelearnedpodcast@gmail.com. And we're on Facebook as well, Today We Learned with Razzle and Dan. Look it up, like it, love it, put it in your life. And if you want to get a little more personal, guess what? You're in luck. We both have personal Twitter accounts. Mine is at OsteoFerocious.
And mine is at My Name is Razzle2. And, yeah. Not to be confused with My Name is Razzle, which is also me. And it's my Instagram account is... I'm going to start doing this because it's... So follow me on Instagram at My Name is Razzle. Follow me on Twitter at My Name is Razzle2. And follow me on Reddit. My Name is Razzle3.
Outstanding.
So dumb.
Just upvote those posts. He
dumb.
needs your karma.
So funny.
Cool. Yeah, do all those things. And,
and
we appreciate you guys listening, as always. And as always...
If you can dream it, well, you're still asleep. Do it when you wake up.
Do it when you wake up.
Do it.
I think that's smart.
When you wake up.
Do it when you wake up.
Thanks, Dom. And we'll
Thank
see you soon.
Pleasure.
Now leaving Nerdist.com.